All right, greetings. Hope everybody's doing all right today. I know that we are having to work remotely, and so we're going to be talking a little bit about how to support your students in this time and give them, some good, meaningful work to accomplish at home. Right now, I'm going to be focusing on just grades K through 3, and then also show you a little bit about 5th grade also. All right, so teachers, this webinar, this meeting here is for you. So we're going to focus on what happens once you get your link for Young Citizens. You will get your specific grade link. I'm in an account right now that I can actually change and toggle between grades, but you guys will get your grade level specific link. All right, once you've done that, you will open it up and you will see right off the bat that you guys have access here. And I'm going to stop this and restart it. All right, greetings. My name is Jason Eilenfeld, and I'm with Social Studies School Service. I'm here to help you guys today get started with remote learning and setting your students up at home and getting them to be able to get in and do some meaningful social studies work, also touching on a lot of the ELA standards that you guys have and you're responsible for. So when you guys get your link for Young Citizens, you will set up your account, and when you log in, your account should look something similar to this. You'll have these icons here on the left-hand side and then a getting started video here in the middle. You will not have these options up here like the changing between grades. Instead, you will get your grade level specific. I have the ability to change between grades, but you guys can see just your content for your grade level. So if you want to see what this looks like from the student view, you simply click on the little home button and you can see that you have access to activities, and these are broken out chapter by chapter. They have access to the student book as well as the leveled student readers. And you also have the Patriots Handbook and the Atlas section. All right, I'm going to click on the Young Citizens to take me back to the home page. So now that you have gotten your account, how do I get my students in? This will be easy if you're in a self-contained classroom. Since we are providing this at no cost to your district and trying to support you guys from home, we are not going through the process of setting up rostering. However, it is pretty easy to set your students up. So right here, you'll click on Manage Students. You create your classes first with New Student Class. And then once you have your class, right there, notice it says I have no students added. And so what I'm going to do is actually add some students. So I'm going to click on the Edit button. This allows you to register new students, or if you already have your students in a spreadsheet, you can import your students that way. To register a new student, it's pretty simple. You will simply, and it's got my contact information filled in there, you will simply fill out this form. And so it's, like I said, it's pretty simple to use. So up here, you just enter your student's first name, last name. You can create an email. It does not have to be a real email, but you will have to get this information to your students, and you will set them up a password. You shouldn't have to select grade because you will already be set up with your grade, but this is important right here. Do you want your students to have on level, below level, or above level? So this allows you to toggle and set this. Notice there's actually a below level. So this is even lower level than that below level. So it gives you some different options here. And once you've selected that, you can also select English or Spanish and then select Register Students. All right, that is pretty easy. It's pretty simple. You just have your kids added right in that way. And you can also send a link home to your parents for your parents to have access. So once your students have an email and they have it set up, right here the parents can log in. They simply just take this this URL code right here, this parents registration URL. They put it in their browser, they enter their students' information, and they'll be able to access their students' work as well. So what's all included? What does Young Citizens look like? Obviously, the teacher materials over here, these are wonderful. However, since you're working remotely, you're probably not going to use a lot of these over here because they're more for collaborative work, and Young Citizens is very much activity-based. So instead, what you will ask your students to do are maybe some of the different activities, or look at the student book or assign them a leveled reader to read. So each chapter comes with a leveled reader. Let's take a look here first. And so it looks like I'm in second grade. So maybe you're teaching students how to create a household budget. They've got this leveled reader they can access. The students can have it read to them by clicking the play button right here. They can also have it read to them when it's in Spanish as well. So that is a feature here. And you'll notice there that there are dash lines up here at the top right-hand corner of this leveled student reader. That is when you set your students with the on level, at level, below, or on level, below level, or above level, or below. This will indicate that for the students, but you set that up prior to them going in. All right, so that is what it looks like for the leveled student readers. There is a pre-reading exercise, but really the kids are going to spend most of their time here reading through this book. You can post some questions on like Schoology and have the students answer and reply. Or if you're using Google Classroom or something like that, you have the ability to do those things. All right, so hopping back over here to the home page, I am going to go back to the student view to show you the student book is laid out very similar to the library. It just goes chapter by chapter. So I'm not going to spend time on that since this is going to be short, but I want to show you the activities. So each chapter has a set of activities. So let's say you're doing things from, how does a town grow? So chapter 4. You've got lesson 1, the natural environment of a town. There's a vocabulary starter. This is kind of your low-level activity. Then there's some content activities in here. There's a compare and contrast activity. How does the natural world affect your town? But then you'll notice that there's a vocabulary review. So if you're wanting to differentiate for your students, you might give your low-level students this vocabulary starter and your high-level students a vocabulary review. So the students can complete these activities right here. There's even a chapter test at the end. So what does this look like? Let's take a look at a vocabulary starter first. Right here for this one, as it's loading in, you'll see it's very much image-based, and so the kids will select the images that go along with this. They can expand it there, and they can look at it. Clicking on the next one, it warns them if they haven't finished the activity or haven't finished answering the questions. They can also make this a little bit larger as well, and this one here has some compare and contrast, drag and drop, things like that. So that's the vocabulary starter. Now let's compare it with the vocabulary review. Vocabulary review will be a little bit more rigorous, so as this loads in, we're going to take a look at how this activity works. So this is going to give you some flexibility in providing some differentiation, but also give you flexibility. Oops, looks like I had a little bit of an error there. Let me reload the page. There we go. Sorry, sometimes when I'm running GoToMeeting, this what I'm recording this on, I get some slowdown taking place here. So I'm going to hop back out, and we're just going to quickly click on this vocabulary review. And there we go. It's loading in. And here we go. So you'll notice this is a little bit more rigorous. It has a little bit more wording, some little bit higher order thinking with those questions. And this one here they'll have to complete. So this is just another example for you guys of some things in here. Let's look at maybe how does the natural world affect a town. Let's take a look at this lesson real quick. So the students will simply answer these right here in the program. They'll answer the questions. Sometimes it asks for the students to do build a bar graph, or they might have to record their voices. So there's a lot of different things in here. This one here is looking at comparing and contrasting. And again, this one here, see where they're asked to record their voice. Okay, so once we have this, let's take a quick look then at assignments and grades. So when the students have completed something, you can go in and grade these assignments. So when you click on the grade button, it allows you to toggle between your students. I only have one student set in here, but you'll be able to see which students. And when the students have turned in the work, you will actually get a little green button that says turned in. So that indicates which students have actually completed that activity and assignment. All right. We hope that you enjoy Nystrom Young Citizens. If you guys have any questions, you can contact your director, or you can reach out to me directly, jason@socialstudies.com. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this time, and we all hope that everyone stays healthy in this time of quarantine. All right, take care.